from beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Miami Dolphins. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From the end zone, here comes Jalen Darden. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You look at this Raiders defense. They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got him in, complete. Down to the 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. D4l hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he returns this to the 22. Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. All-around great play by Devin Lloyd, using his athleticism to get to the backfield and his strength to stop him for a loss. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Wilson going to try the right side. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Another run for Wilson on 2nd. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jeff Wilson, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You talk about this Miami defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 65 yards. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Jason Sanders is the kickoff for Miami.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter.
DeAndre Carter on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Now Garoppolo. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
After the turnover, it's Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of 35. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. A give up the middle to H.A. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Wilson fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Durham Smythe, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 28-0. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. That's to the rookie from Notre Dame, Michael Mayer. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. A credit the tackle to Brandon Jones.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Here's Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. One more time with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing,
there he goes left side. Look at the big fella go. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. From his end zone, here comes Carter. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
21.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. Now it's A-Chain headed right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run for it with A-Chain. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. And they're going to speed things up here. Play action. Now it's Tua. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. At the 45-yard line.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Garoppolo now. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Thrown across the field, and that will easily be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick, and he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Jacobs going to try the middle. And some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. 60 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Hey, alert! 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 Stand!
Once again, it's Jacobs. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. To throw is Garoppolo. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The kick by Carlson is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running left, it's A-Chain. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Howard. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Now 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
Waddle, the motion man right. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Now Tua going to change the play.
3rd down and 5.
From midfield, here's Tua. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae Adams, 84 yards. And the Raiders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need 1.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Raiders 17.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. A-chain here. They stay on the ground. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Jacobs again. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Raiders 24.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And they take
I was
over.
over here trying to watch the game. Let me
At the
focus.
46-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Raiders try it on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? Advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, were they about 95% chance of winning it?
I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. They'll come up now on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He gets this to Myers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Throw out wide is incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Able to connect with Jacobs. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. And the crowd a major factor now. Here's 3rd down. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here it is, 4th and inches. They go with Jacobs, and this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
How?
He was open, but
How did he get to me that fast?
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here comes Carter. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. This is 1st and 10. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. There's Garoppolo to throw. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll